When I felt the lump in my neck, I knew it was something, so I immediately canceled my appointments for the day, and I went in to the doctor and referred me to a head and neck specialist where they did a biopsy. And so a couple of days later, that doctor, the head and neck surgeon, called me to tell me the bad news, and I just was in shock. And yeah, I know that people say or think that it will never happen to them, but when I got that phrase, I'm sorry, but you have cancer, it was just a terrible feeling. And I found out that it was stage 4, so it was very advanced. My cancer was throat cancer. Specifically, it was squamous cell carcinoma in my throat. They were 99% sure that my cancer was related to HPV, human papilloma virus, and I didn't know anything about that. I started doing my research to find out what it was, to find out that it's extremely common. In fact, most of us, carry HPV. However, HPV doesn't cause cancer for most of us, but it does for way too many of us. When I acquired this cancer from HPV, there were no vaccinations. And so there was really not much we could have done. Now, though, there are vaccinations. There are HPV vaccinations, which have been in existence for well over 10 years. And the evidence is overwhelming that these HPV vaccinations prevent 6 types of cancers. Throat cancer, my type of cancer, is one of those types of cancers. It was the most challenging part of my life. For about a month, I wasn't able to work and just didn't have the energy to go in and couldn't really focus on thoughts for very long. So it was a tough process to go through. I went every day in the afternoon for a radiation treatment, Monday through Friday for about 6 weeks. And the first couple of weeks were not bad. But then as time went on, obviously just the burning of the outside of the neck was tough. I am not a napper, and I will tell you, during radiation treatment, it zapped me of all my energy, and I took a couple of really good naps every day. And that was probably the only thing positive out of the whole thing. One of the things the American Cancer Society did was, one of their research areas at that time was something that I took advantage of. It was somewhat experimental. It wasn't approved yet. The purpose behind it was to save my salivary glands as much as possible. And now that research that American Cancer Society was doing, that was experimental at that time, and I volunteered for it, is now state-of-the-art. And so I thank American Cancer Society for that study and many other studies that they're responsible for. It's a battle, and that's the way I looked at it. It was, I've always loved to compete in sports all my life, and to me, it was just it was a competition. It was me against cancer. The thing that I would tell people is to try to drive that mentality, not to get too down. You have to get up and say, I'm going to beat this, and I'm going to be a survivor. Do your own research. Contact the American Cancer Society. They have a lot of literature that can help you make the best of your cancer journey. As bad as it was, in some ways it was a blessing for me. It really helped me heighten the priority of our patients and the quality of care that we give them and the service we give them and the understanding that we give them. And it became something that I was very passionate about. And I think that even though it was always something that was important to me, being on the other side in a big way really made me focus on it even more. Every day is a blessing. And I start my prayer every day, just thank you for the day. Because I wouldn't have to be here. Hi, I'm Jaime Wesolowski. I'm the president and CEO of the Methodist Healthcare Ministries, and I'm a cancer survivor.